I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up, because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior.
Yeah, I'm spitting it heavy, the mission is steady. Your bitch is a jelly, I'm ditching the petty. You're digging for pennies, I'm itching and ready. I open my heart when I listen to Shetty. I'm bold like a boss, but I'm little like Debbie. I know what the boss, I got richer than Getty. I'm holding the guap and I'm whipping the Yeti. Yeah, Kari can play with advanced moves. I'm fucking my girl and her man too. I'm taking the ball like the Rand do. My soul is the one that I can't lose. I soak up the sun like a sand dune. I'm holding up love with the bamboo. I'm rolling the blunt by the candle. Taking the game, running it back without taking a drink. Yeah, I'm the one and I'm making a wave. Rolling the blunt and I'm blazing a J. I'm escaping the brain, go straight for the cake. I'ma take to the bank, not taking a break. I'm made for the race, I pray for the day. I wake with a bake in a great estate. Are you living in a box? I'm bigger than a box. I'm spitting to supply my bread. My vision on the top is living like a boss when I kick it in a nice white jet. I'm quicker with the bars, I'm wishing with a one. Yeah, I'm dipping to the bar, I guess. I'm switching like LeBron when I spit it in song. My mission is to try my best. Taking a stab, but I came with a bat. I be chasing to grab my goals. If you hate in the back and you ain't with the facts, don't be faking and act like bros.
Yeah. Welcome to MMA Underground, your favorite part of your Tuesday. Of course, you know, Buddy V's always going to be here with the one and only
Sam K. What up, y'all? And we got two great guests in the building tonight, all the way from StreetBeefs West Coast, the OG himself, Sketchy, and all the way from Scrapyard, the OG himself, Mr. Wu. How y'all doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Doing good. How are you, Samke?
Feeling good, brother. Feeling good. Glad to have y'all.
Fun show. Yeah. Now, I'm excited because this upcoming weekend, we do have an event here at the Scrapyard, and I know Mr. Wu is fighting. Am I right?
Yeah, I'm fighting.
Yeah. And did you just recently had a fight, or do you have one coming up, Sketchy?
Both. I just fought at the Smoke Ranch, and I'm gonna fight at the 3rd year anniversary event. I'm fighting Memo Silva.
Ooh.
That's gonna be a good one to watch.
Is that MMA or boxing?
Yeah, MMA.
MMA. Nice.
All right. And Mr. Wu, was this gonna be your second or third match at the Scrapyard?
Well, this will be my third one. I'm fighting Karate Gandalf.
Oh, I'm excited. I can't be too biased.
He's a cool dude. I actually like the guy quite a bit. He's pretty nice. He's a tall one though. So yeah. I got my work.
Yeah, I think your background is in Kempo, correct?
Yeah, my background is in Three Shields Kempo. That was created by Joe Dimmick, which is a branch of Ed Parker's American Kempo Karate.
Yeah, dude. And his kicks do leave a mark. I could attest to that. I've left a few times with a few bruises.
Well, most people tell me, like, well, they're like, how do I condition my shins? I'm like, well, if you just move, you won't have to. So just get out of the way. That's what I do. Doesn't always work, but that's kind of my motto. I was like, I'm not going to sit there and just let you wail away because, I mean, it's still going to hurt even if you block it. But
yeah,
that's right.
Each his own. It doesn't work for everybody. Everybody's got their thing. That's just mine. So.
And
hey, my bad, buddy.
I was just asking what his
footwork is key, y'all. I was just gonna say footwork is key. Footwork is definitely key.
Yeah.
And Sketchy, what's your background in for fighting wise?
Well, originally when I first started, all I did was boxing and kickboxing, but after a couple of fights, it wasn't until after my 4th fight, I fought Savage Guru, I got slammed and got my shoulder fucked up. That shit hurt for like 2 months. After that, I started doing jiu-jitsu, did that for like 10 months, and now I feel more like grappling strong. But no, I still got the punches, still got the kicks, just got to figure out how to put it together. But yeah, about 3 years into training jiu-jitsu now, so feel more like a grappler.
You definitely put in some work, man, in the grappling game. I've seen you firsthand, bro, and it's one thing to grapple, it's another thing to grapple in sand.
Yeah,
That doesn't
definitely.
sound like
Yeah, like you definitely don't want to pull guard on there. That shit is rough.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a movie scene right there. Like you see the guys right before the fight training at the beach in the sand, getting the extra good workout, and then it's gonna end with that extra powerful forearm, like.
Yep.
sounds like
Hey,
the
so-
quest of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I got a quick question for Mr. Wu. Can you tell the people how you got started with Street Beef Scrapyard? How did you find out, and how did you get started?
Oh, I was actually there when it started because I'm really good friends with Fire Chicken before the Scrapyard started because we've known each other for several years. We both had the same job. We're both welders. And then he told me that he had this great idea after he visited the OG yard on the East Coast. And I'm like, that sounds like fun because we've always sparred MMA, boxing, whatever, for a long time. And I just went with it. I didn't think that it would ever get this big. This is awesome. It's great. Hats off to him. And he stuck with it, and it's paying off. But yeah, he said, I want to start doing this backyard, this thing called StreetBeefs. I didn't know what it was. And, he started doing that, and it just really took off, and it's just nice to see how the yard has grown. So it's been a lot of fun. I never thought, I never really took any matches until, like a few months in. I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. Maybe I'll try it out. And then once I got that first adrenaline rush, I was like, holy moly, this is awesome. So.
Hey, hell yeah. That's all right. Hell yeah. I like it. That's why you have so many good experience with those kicks, man. You've been training for hella long. I remember the first time he actually taught me how to kick. When I fought MMA, I was wrestling and boxing, and Mr. Wu was like, "Oh, I'll teach you how to kick. So I'm gonna have to do this eventually." And he slowly got me to go from like kind of almost at my waist level to 90 degrees to now I can head kick. So I was like, "Hey, all right, that's what I'm talking about. Upgrading my gameplay."
Progression.
Yeah, my background, I did Taekwondo several years ago, but I don't give them credit for teaching me how to kick or anything. I credit that to playing soccer with grown men when I was a teenager. So I loved playing soccer, and I needed more contact though. So I switched sports to martial arts and stuff. So, but yeah, kicking is fun. It's one of my favorite things. So yeah, I work legs really hard. I try to work upper body too, but yeah, it's just something I enjoy doing. Hitting people is fun. You guys know.
I enjoy hitting people.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of camaraderie between the guys. Like a lot of the guys that we compete with, they're friends, they're sparring partners, they're cornermen, they're, judges. So there's, we all hang out together. It's pretty cool. So, but yeah, what really sucks sometimes is they might know how you fight a little bit, but it's like, you know what? No one really cares. These are amateur bouts.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing to prove. You're not going to lose anything. So what? You go in there and you have a good time. So it's like, oh, what about my records? I don't really care about the record. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to have a good time, And that's how I look at it. Some people, their ego gets in the way a little bit, but not me. It's like, oh, you lost. No, it did happen.
I would check my ego once or twice. Sketchy. One of my favorite things I remember is because I've been a fan, and it was the name for sure, but your profile picture, I remember, I think you were at a hotel or something. You're in the window. It was suggested.
Yeah.
I was cool. I was like, what event was that at when you took the photo?
That wasn't even an event. I drove my homie out there because he went to go get married. So I fucking drove him out there so I could yell, I object. So.
Run up with a case of beer. No.
Exactly. Yeah, I took him out there, and that wasn't for an event.
All right. But What's that?
No, I had something pop up on my screen. I just swiped.
I was like, how did you get involved with West Coast then? Because, like I said, I've been a fan, and we heard one story, so I'm curious with you. I love the the Street Beefs family.
Oh, one of my friends told me about it like way long. It was like right when COVID started, I think. Like right around that time. Yeah, because the first event that I went and fought at, like half of everyone was wearing masks and shit. So, yeah, I mean, it was like right around that time.
What event was that?
So the third one. Yeah, that was the third event.
Yeah, that's the first one I went to. Nice. I would have probably talked to you.
Oh, nice.
OG.
That's when I fought Free Smoke.
Yeah.
Free Smoke. I like that guy. That guy's a cool guy.
I like the evolution of his kicks too. I feel like every fight I could hear a little more oomph, little more oomph, little more oomph. Wait, okay.
He had some serious flexibility with his question mark kick. I was impressed with it. He threw it from a really close distance and he landed it, so I was impressed.
Oh
yeah, I've seen that kick in training many times, man. And he doesn't throw it enough, in my opinion. But it's a beautiful kick, man. Quick.
Yeah, I need to maybe get a little more power behind it. Maybe turn that post leg some more. Maybe we'll see some fireworks. You never know.
Well, he's on a hell of an amateur run in Muay Thai right now, man. He's lighting them up right now in the Amis. So I'm more than sure he's got a little umph to the kick now,
Yeah, I've been watching him a little bit on Facebook. I've been kind of like I don't really say anything, just kind of secretly watch, So don't tell.
Right.
Right,
you should have got me a head kick event. I think the head kick was from the hay barrels. What was that, 1 or 2?
I think it was the first event. I think
the hay barrels. That was that's when I fought Messiah. I think that was the 4th event.
The 4th event. Okay.
That was I always say I'm so jealous of all the unlockable cages, but the hay barrels was the one stage I really wish I could have fought at. I don't know what it is about it, but for some reason that felt so cool to me to be like, yeah.
Nah, that shit sucks.
Tell the truth. Shit.
It was a 1-inch mat on top of concrete surrounded by hay barrels.
Fair enough.
This shit looks cool. It just. Oh, Tank says West Coast won.
Heck yeah. Probably too much fun. Street Beefs put on by Pat McAfee. Nice.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. The GOAT, Tiny Tank.
Yes, sir.
Somebody posted a question earlier. They wanted to know how we got our fight names. I thought that would be an interesting question to answer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to go first, though, even though I called it out.
All right. Well, mine has been a nickname for way before I was even fighting. One of my friends, their parents said that I looked sketchy because it was one of my brother's friends where I went over to the house and after they're like, oh, nah, like that fool, like who's that guy that you said is Steven's brother? Like he looks shady. Like he looks like a sketchy motherfucker. He looks like he's going to steal some shit or whatever. And then so they thought, like they just kept on saying I was shady, I was sketchy or whatever. And then my friend's fucking 4-year-old nephew, he thought that was my name, so he came up and he was like, "Hey, Sketchy," and then that shit happened. Fuck, that was over 10 years ago now. That shit and yeah, the name has stuck ever since, and so now I'm using it.
I like that. That's a good story. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't just make it up.
All right, Mr. Wu, your turn. Story time.
All right, story time. There was this place that I used to get my hair cut at, and the lady there was Korean, and she could not pronounce my last name. She could not pronounce the D, so she always called me Miss Wu. Always, right? So I went to work one day, and I was telling some of the guys this, and they thought that was so funny, so they dubbed me Mr. Wu. So they've been calling me that for about, I don't know, 8 or 9 years. And so when I went to the scrapyard the first time, Fire Chicken's like, yeah, you got to pick a fight name, otherwise we're going to pick one for you, and you're probably not going to like it. So I'm like, well, I don't really have one that's repeatable except for this one. So I'm like, oh, just call me Mr. Wu. So that it's been kind of interesting. So I just went with that one. So it's been a while, but yeah, they called me that for several years.
Hey, those are great origin stories, man.
Right. I felt like I almost saw the flashback as you guys were telling it. I could see it almost in my head. Yeah.
Yeah, they I grappled with this guy, and Fire Chicken posted the footage, and somebody on YouTube commented like, why is Mr. Wu the white guy? And I thought that was probably the funniest comment I've ever heard. So that one was pretty funny.
I feel like the funniest hater comment I got one time was, instead of the modern day Aztec warrior, they called me the modern day ass hat warrior. Man, I think I actually spit my drink out for that one. I was like, that was clever. I know, Sketchy, you shouted out your haters before too. Before some of your fights, like shout out to all the haters in the comments.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, there's people talking shit on my first fight. I seen the comments with that first fight with Free Smoke. I seen some haters in there. So second fight, decided to call them out.
I mean, I feel
now I don't read the comments anymore. That shit, fucking, I cannot read those shits anymore.
Oh man, I love reading them. They're so funny, especially the ones against me. Like they're like, how come you only do one thing? I'm like, well, it worked every single time. I land like, I think my first fight, I landed like 17 unanswered kicks to the thigh, and then it ended with a liver kick. And I was like, well, that's all I needed. So why would I change something that's working? That was just my philosophy. Another one was like, you're a one-trick pony. I'm like, yeah, probably. I don't really care. So it's like, eventually I'll punch you, but lately I haven't needed to. So, people say all kinds of stupid, like they've made fun of my shorts. Like, yeah, I got them at Walmart. They were $10. No one cares. No one cares what you fight in. Some people wear their cup on the outside, which is kind of hilarious. But if you win, who really cares?
Yeah,
that's just how I look at it.
Mr. Fitness had that one man thong, like the Borat style. What I was like, damn.
No, that was gross. Oh man, that reminded me of Dennis Hallman from his UFC days. That was nasty.
Hey, but at the end of the day, you can't argue with results. If you're getting the results, if it works for you.
Yeah.
See, I would say some guys to deal with some hate in the comments, but I know he's too good. He doesn't get the hate. Everyone's like,
I definitely do. I definitely do, bro. You got to think, like, you're always going to have someone trying to lash out just because the opportunity's there. But, I'm ref and a fighter. So I'm definitely getting backlash. I may get more positive comments than negative, but I definitely I see the negative with it. But you roll with the punches and keep going. You know to expect this. You know what I'm saying? And some of it ain't even real, so really all of it ain't real. So it's like I use it as an opportunity to invite people to the yard, and they never show. So
I feel like there's been, in the history of StreetBeefs, there's probably been like 6 people that actually showed up from online, or maybe 10 people that actually came out. Then one from like West Coast, 1 or 2 for Scrapyard, and all the rest from the OG yard. And most of the time, I was like, hey, at least you came out at least. That's one good thing I could say.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Sketch, I wanted to ask, bro. You've been with us since event 3, man. So you've had a lot of bangers. What was your toughest fight, man?
Definitely Messiah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was rough. I don't even think I should have been in there with him. Like at the end of the, yeah, I got some round. Like now I train with him every now and then. It's been a minute
Okay.
because he's been doing his own thing. But yeah, right after fighting him and Barefoot Farmer, they both invited me to go train with them because we live close by coincidence. So I got in a lot of rounds with him, and yeah, he's actually going pro soon, I think. So
Mm.
I mean, like, yeah, that motherfucker's a beast. That shit.
Yeah. Next
Yeah,
level.
that spinning wheel kick, I was rocked with that shit was ridiculous.
He was quick too. I was like, damn, okay. Felt like an action figure, like.
Mm.
And I was gonna ask you, Sketchy, myself, because I think you did the one boxing, one kickboxing, and the rest were MMA, right?
Yeah, I've done one boxing, one kickboxing, and everything else has been MMA. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna ask.
My guy froze right at the question.
Oh, dang, sorry. I was asking. I said, what made you kind of choose to go more towards the MMA after with some of your fights?
Well, like when I went for the first event, I wanted to do an MMA fight, but then I just wanted to be able to use everything like wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and just be able to mix everything up. And I feel more comfortable being able to like boxing. I feel a little limited. I do a lot of kickboxing sparring now, but even with that, I feel limited. Like if I'm not able to grapple, so.
Yeah, you definitely you display some great grappling with the fight with Moose, the fight with what was it, the known unknown.
Yeah.
You know, we got to see that for sure.
I'm just sorry.
No, I was just going to ask, what is what are your thoughts on MMA, Mr. Wu?
I definitely like it. I don't really feel comfortable enough to do it yet. I'm kind of in the beginning stages of that. I got a few things that I'm doing. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I mainly focus on the kickboxing. The MMA is like a whole nother ball of wax. That's completely different, a different kind of training. Not real comfortable with it. Yeah, I have my wife's full support for the kickboxing thing. I don't think I would get it for the MMA yet. So
Okay.
Wish me luck. We'll see. Maybe in the future you might see Mr. Wu doing an MMA match, but right now my primary focus is Karate Gandalf. So
Yes, sir. And I saw a question down there for you pertaining to Karate Gandalf. If we could get that pulled up real quick. Yes, this question right here.
Playing this because you guys could start a band. Actually, my plan is to win is the first one. Second is I do play an instrument. Believe it or not, I actually play the cello. I've played the cello since I was like 15.
Wow.
I don't know if I could rock the deathcore scene with Karate Gandalf on a cello, although Apocalyptica did a really good job of it. I don't know if I could do it justice, though. But yeah, Karate Gandalf, his band's actually pretty good. They're called Extortionist, and I believe they're from Seattle. I've heard some of their stuff.
Hey, man, as a lover of music, man, and someone who used to make music, man, meeting a cello player, this is awesome. That's awesome, man. You gotta post some music at some point, man. Now that you told us, we got to hear something at some point.
I've opened up a can of worms. Usually I bring it out around Christmas time. I'll play some Christmas music or something, but yeah, I haven't played in a while because of this work, and, having the kids. So it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
I actually told my wife I wouldn't fight in July, and look what happened. That did not work out. So yeah, I had to call in a few favors for that one. So I owe her big for that, because I can't do this without her giving me her blessing, because then my mind just wouldn't be in the right place. So anyway, she's my rock, so she helps me out.
That's awesome, man. That's how it should be, bro. That's how it should be. Hey, Sketchy, walk us through this fight, man. Sketchy versus Bison. Let's get your thoughts on that.
Yeah. Well, I felt pretty good. Like I landed that leg kick, like right off the bat. But yeah, looking back at it now, I seen that he was throwing that leg up already. So I caught him and I knocked him off balance and I put him down. But I think it was more of a slip. So I felt confident right there. Also, I didn't capitalize. That's one thing I regret. I should have jumped on it, just made it a ground fight from there, but I let him get back up. And his boxing was just a lot better than mine. He was setting up those punches, and yeah, I mean, I was bleeding from inside my mouth. I think I was just swallowing a lot of my blood. So when I got to my corner, I was throwing up. Like I was throwing up my own blood. So I would have liked to continue. Like I didn't really I was getting hit really hard, but I didn't really feel like I was I didn't think I was out of the fight yet. But right at the end of the round, I was just and then my friend called it for me. Like if it were up to me, I would have just rinsed my mouth out and tried to get back in there. But probably better that I didn't. I'm still a little fucked up from that. My shin was just from checking some kicks. I have this big lump on my shin, and then I just re-injured it again, and some just grappling too. So I mean, I took a lot of damage in that fight. But I got rocked really early. So I mean, I know I could have done better. So shit. If anything, I'd like to run that back someday. But yeah, what can I say? I got rocked real early. Wasn't really doing everything that I could. But yeah, I mean, I think I almost had his leg out of there. Like a couple more of those leg kicks, and I think he would have been. I think I would have had it, or he would have at least not been the same fighter that he was. Yeah. That leg was almost out of there. So yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I know he already has an amateur fight for King of the Cage, so we'll see. Oh, wow. Like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what weight he fights at there, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll rematch again someday in the yard, or maybe in the AMI scene. I don't know.
What weight do you fight at? Find it.
Us. We were at 160.
At 160? Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, if I'm gonna do amateur though, I'm gonna get down to at least like 145, maybe even like 135. Wow. So yeah, so because I walk around at this weight, so there's a lot of room for me to cut.
And for Mr. Wu, is there any plans for taking your fight career outside of Scrapyard, amateur, pro, bare knuckle?
No. If it's bare knuckle, it'll be in the parking lot somewhere. So hopefully it never happens.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. No, I just do this for fun. It's something I just enjoy doing. I don't want it to be a job or anything, but gotcha. I don't know. I like training more than anything. Fighting is a byproduct of it,
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I enjoy the training a lot. Just overall fitness, staying fit, being healthy. I don't fight too often either. A lot of these guys are insane. I don't know how they get in there every month and just duke it out. And I'll ask them hey, what do you do for work? Oh, I'm a door greeter at Walmart. Like, yeah, this guy's got he's 15-2 and he's a door greeter. So it just makes you be respectful to everybody because you don't know who they may be. So it's just I know this guy, so I'm going to be respectful, but you know what? You should be anyway. So, but yeah, come from all backgrounds. Like I do a lot of heavy industry work, so and I work a lot of hours, so I don't get to like my last fight was with Crazy Legs, and that guy is a really good fighter. He is awesome. And when I found out that I was going to be fighting, I told him I'd fight at 165, and I was doing a lot of calisthenics at the time. I was weighing like 197, 198. And so I dropped like 35, 34 pounds in about 6 or 7 weeks. And it was tough to get down that much weight. It was really hard on me. It was hard with my work schedule. So I'm never going to drop that much weight ever again. It was too much. But I told him I'd fight him. It all came back to a comment. He said that somebody said, he said like head kicks don't hurt or something. And I was like, so I sent him a meme from Tombstone, the movie, and it said, "I'm your Huckleberry." And it's like, well, show me, man. Show me they don't hurt much. Like, come on. And I was willing to do it too. It's like, so it was pretty cool of him to do that with me. So I really enjoyed that fight with him. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. He was a good sport. And we were friends before. We were friends after. Shook hands. He took the win with a decision. He did a really nice job, and yeah. So I have no intention of doing this. The whole other than what I'm doing now. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes, but probably not.
Nice. I like it. Hell yeah. That was a fun fight to watch too. I was like, oh snap. But I'm curious because one thing that Some K always says is cardio is key. And I was going to ask both of you what a cardio day would look like for you, because I know some people would prefer running while some people would prefer cardio just sparring or yada yada. So I was kind of curious as to what your cardio looks like so you're not having to give away the game plans. Well, first,
Whoa, what was that question?
oh, I cut out again, didn't I? I was going to say, what does your cardio look like, or like what's your regimen for your cardio training?
Oh, for mine, I like doing a lot of jump rope. I have a dog that I run pretty much every day, so she's basically my conditioning coach. So I got that, and I don't really do a lot of strength and conditioning. I want to do a lot more, but usually for my training, I just try to focus on, like, instead of going for a run, like I'll just shadow box, or just do something more fight related, or I'd rather just do more rounds on the bag or something like that, and try to get like more training round, like even just like extra rounds rolling with my training partners, stuff like that. When yeah, I do want to make strength and conditioning more of a focus, but right now I just try to just like go to extra classes and stuff like that.
No, what about you, Mr. Wu?
I do a wide variety of stuff, really. I don't focus on any one thing. I do think that sparring is probably one of the best things you could do. Sparring, getting pressured, fighting when you're uncomfortable is really good cardio. It sucks. You're not dying, but you feel like you're going to. Just that overall pressure that works really good. I do a lot of interval training. I do a lot of HIIT training. I do runnings, whatever, jump rope. I really like jump rope. I'll do that for a warm up. It just depends. I don't like to do one thing all the time because then I'm going to get bored. So it's like I have like any day of the week, I have like one of three things that I can do, because every Monday is International Chest Day. Always. Everybody's going to do chest on Monday. So I go into the gym. I have a mat. I have my stretchy bands. Everything I do is body weight. And that's it. Pull-ups, push-ups, planche, bars, whatever. Like I do a lot of body weight stuff, but sparring is probably the best thing. I don't get enough rounds in though. So, but yeah, just squat kicks, anything, but anything that I can get, training alone. But that's pretty much what I do.
You made me throw up one time.
So I want to ask Sketchy, next month, man, 3-year anniversary, Mimo Silva. How do we deal with our opponent?
So, well, I know he's really heavy-handed. That's something that I had that's what I had trouble with in my last fight. So I'm gonna have to stick to just working on my long-range weapons. And if he does get close, just got to make sure I clinch, get that takedown, or even just beat him up in the clinch if I have to. And then do whatever I got to do to stay on the outside. If he gets in, take him down. That's pretty much all I can do. I know that motherfucker hits hard as fuck. So not trying to deal with that.
For sure.
All faces one. Shoot. So that's why I'm kind of like I'm waiting for the Mr. Wu Karate Gandalf fight, is because they both have skills. And I feel like it's gonna be a chess match, and I can't wait to watch, because it's like when I fight, everyone knows there's gonna be a bum rush at some point. Some point you're getting rushed by the buddy. But yeah, I mean, you gotta go fight. I love it. Everyone's got a different fighting style, and it makes it more enjoyable to watch. I'm like, yeah.
I don't really know. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm good. What's up?
Like, I don't really know what style Karate Gandalf does. I don't really.
I haven't. Muay Thai. That's what he trains.
Okay. Yeah, because Fire Chicken asked me if I wanted to do Muay Thai, but I've never trained Muay Thai, so I mean, there's other things involved, but I've never really done it before, so I didn't know where he was going with that. So I'm glad I said no. So, like, no, we'll just stick with what we know.
Thank you. That's funny. That reminded me when Muhammad Ali was like, "I'm so quick that I'll turn the lights off and I'm in bed before the room's dark." I'm like, "Damn!" It's like I'm so bad I'll injure the stone. Trying to get like that. Yeah. Actually, speaking of Muhammad Ali, do you guys have any fighters that you think of as an inspiration, or that you kind of like to study their style, I should say?
Any fighters like from StreetBeefs or just in general?
In general, yeah. It could be older fighters, someone alive, someone dead, anything at all.
Your inspirations.
Yeah, I mean, one of the first fighters that was my favorite when I first started like getting into MMA was Anderson Silva. And other inspirations that I had, like I always liked the way that Dominic Cruz moved, like that footwork. I wish I could pull that kind of stuff off. And then also, like, I remember watching Mike Tyson from when I was way younger, and yeah, it's probably more that I can't think of right now. Alex Caceres, you know Bruce Leroy.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could move like that guy too.
All right, I like it. What about you, Mr. Wu?
Oh man, that's a big question, because I have several. Number one on my list is probably. Oh man, this is tough. Number one is probably Raymond Deckers, the Dutchman. Rob Kamen, also the Dutchman. Ernesto Hoost, also Dutch. I like a lot of Dutch kickboxers. These guys, they have like the Muay Thai kicking down with the Western style boxing. So it's just like the best of both worlds. I really liked watching Ray Safo. These are all K1 legends. They're just awesome to watch. I also like some of like the old classic American kickboxing, like Bill Superfoot Wallace, Sugarfoot Cunningham. I don't know if you guys know these guys, but I would highly recommend watching them on YouTube. They're pretty awesome. Steve Superkick Hicks from Australia. All these guys are really, really good at what they do. Another a couple of my other ones that I like to watch was Bakau, who dominated K1 in the early 2000s. Another one was Sam Coor, Mr. Left Foot himself. He only threw one thing, and you knew it was coming, but there was nothing you could do about it. He's going to kick a hole through you. So yeah, it didn't matter. It was gonna hurt whether you blocked it or not. So, but just a bunch of unsurprisingly a big line of kickers. So, but yeah, I got a lot of inspiration from those guys. I liked how a lot of them would mix a little bit of like some of them would do like the power kick. A lot of them would do like the flick, almost like you would do with Taekwondo. But then you'd have people that would throw like a hybrid. So it's like they would throw it with power, but they would, pivot on the post leg. And it was just interesting. Some would say, I do power. Some say I sacrifice power for speed, but yeah, I enjoy watching all those guys. I mean, there's more, but yeah, those are probably the top guys that I liked watching. I still watch them. But
classic. I always like the Bill Wallace story you said where he had so much control that he could use his foot to pick up a comb and then go over, part your hair with the comb, and then put the comb back without even like moving or something like that, right?
Yeah, if you go onto YouTube, there's a video of him doing a seminar in a gym where he's talking to somebody and he's in like a side stance with his, I forget which foot he's got forward, but anyway, he's talking to him and he's like this close to the guy and he picks his foot up and he just parts his hair as he's talking to the guy and the crowd, and he's like, yeah, we'll just move this over here. Pulls a little, does a Bob Ross with his hair. It's like, this little accident over here we'll call a toupee, something funny, but it was kind of funny. But yeah, he's he is one of the biggest inspirations, because when he used to do judo until he injured himself, and they didn't have the technology or like the surgery that they have available now for like, fixing your knees when you tear stuff. So what he did was he switched to kickboxing, and he's like, I'm only going to kick with one leg then. So he only kicked with one leg, and he could kick 75 miles an hour with it. And he could kick you in the face, when he's right next to you. And he did all this with a bad leg. So, and he was undefeated. He's an 8-time champion. He was a middleweight. So it's pretty inspirational. So no excuses.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that. Holy shit.
Yeah, he was dynamite.
You look sketchy. You look like you're about to get up and go whoop somebody's ass for a second. I saw you stand up, flex, man.
Gotta stay ready.
Oh, right.
I got a question for both of you guys. Do you guys see yourselves going to any of the other StreetBeefs branches?
Yeah, if I didn't have such a shitty record, I think I would have already been over there. But
Which branch?
Well, either one. I remember when everybody went out for that East Coast, like all the way to
The Invasion.
the OG branch. Like, I think I was 0-3 at the time. 0-3 or 0-4, whichever one. So I didn't even want to sign up for that one. Then Scrapyard too. I mean, that's not too far from me. I'll go to Scrapyard. But yeah, I mean, at 2-5, I want to try to fix my record a little bit before I try to represent the West Coast. Like
I feel that.
at least get my make a better name for myself.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, man. I'm trying to get my record on the winning side right now.
I just don't want to embarrass myself. It's like,
Yeah,
whatever happens,
I've already done that. So
yeah.
Hey, I way I look at it, there's wins, loss, winning and learning, right? Yeah, there's winning and learning, no losses. It's like you said, it's all ego. I think the biggest losses I felt and I was most hurt about, when I was able to put my ego in check, I was like, oh, okay, I guess it wasn't that bad. Yeah. What, you gonna try me, Mr. Wu? You think you might go to the West Coast one day?
I don't know. I just bought a house, and I work a lot of hours. Probably, I don't know. If there was an opportunity, maybe, but probably not.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Nothing about that.
So here's a good follow-up then. If you guys could fight any fighter, who would that fighter be?
That's a loaded question. That's not fair. Is this considered a call out?
No.
No.
No, I'm sure nobody's watching either. Yeah, okay.
It's either you do or you don't. You know, there's no malice involved. You know.
Yeah. Well, what I have to do is, before I tell you, I have to pay them a really good compliment and then say nice things afterwards. So I'll do that. If I could fight anybody, shoot, I don't know. My weight division is kind of weird because I like most of the people in it. So fighting them is rough because it's like, hey, we're friends, but for 2 minutes and then two more rounds after that, we're not.
Right.
I'm gonna have to think about that one. I'll come back to you on that one.
No problem, bro.
Fight the Terrifier. Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. No.
Shit. Well, I mean, I would like my rematches. So first up, that would be Free Smoke, Messiah. I already trained with him, and I already know he's gonna whoop my ass again. So maybe I don't need that one. But then Diesel, I'd be down to run that one back too.
Okay.
Savage Guru, yeah, he's local to me too. I've gotten some rounds with him. At this point, I feel like I would get that. I feel like I would get that win back on him. And shit. Aside from that, yeah, I can't really for future opponents. I don't really know as far as also Bison. I mean, I would get that, but I would get that one back too. And for maybe a cross branch event, create Crazy Legs just to fight somebody that's up there. I'd be down to run that one. I think he'd only want to do kickboxing, so I definitely got to work on my stand-up before that. But yeah, that's first things that came to mind. I don't know.
That's a good challenge, man.
All right, got to challenge yourself. Yeah, trying to come out on top.
Yeah.
Now, I have to be the bad guy in the situation because we typically keep people about 45 minutes or a little over, and I'm not trying to keep you guys all night. So I'm gonna make sure that you guys make sure you let everything you want people to know about you. You gotta say right here. So if you have powder in your back pocket and someone crosses you, they're gonna get smacked. You let them know, and then also where to find your social medias and stuff too.
If I had to add anything, I don't know about people. I don't know if there was anybody that I want to fight, but there's definitely people that I'd like to train with. Probably, I'd like to train with Jabberwocky. He's pretty. I watch his fights and I like watching him fight. He's pretty cool. Another one that I like to train with is probably Viking Warrior. He's a really good teacher. You can learn a lot from that guy. Fire Chicken, sparring with Fire Chicken, you're going to learn a lot. So those three, I would like to train with those three a lot more. I've never trained with Jabberwocky, but I wouldn't mind doing that. So I'm going to have to put that on my to-do list. So that's pretty much all I got to add. Looking forward to the event on Saturday.
Hell yeah. Watch you, Sketchy.
Well, I think I pretty much said everything that I had to say. I'm put out enough potential matchups for myself that I already think are very possible.
Shout outs.
Sure, we'll call them. Yes, shout outs. We'll say that.
No. This is for your shout outs and plug in your social media and stuff.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't even really care about any of that shit. Sketchy1 on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'd also like to give a shout out to Seafood Danger Russ our security guy at the scrapyard. He's been my Kempo teacher for a very long time, and hopefully that'll continue. So I couldn't do this without, giving him a big shout out. He's been a big part of my training, a major portion of my training. So big shout out to that guy. He's helped me a lot. He's taught me a lot. So kudos.
Hell yeah. Well, man, thank you both so much for being on. It was too much fun. Sorry that my phone lagged out on you guys. I don't know what the hell happened, but
it's all good.
Yeah,
something killed me. I know we did.
Hey, we appreciate you guys and your time, man. Really do.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
All right, y'all.
Hell yeah. Man, I like that. Shit. I didn't want it to end, and I wish my phone didn't mess up, but what do you do?
It's all good, brother. It happens with these phones and signals and stuff. But we still had a good show.
Heck yeah. And it's not over yet, because we got to come some fun segments right after we have a little word from our break.
Yep.
Hi guys, Bushido Zed here with StreetBeefs West Coast. Make sure you check out OTH, magazine. They've got YouTube, website, I believe, all kinds of stuff. They have Cuzzo, checking out reactions. It's awesome. We have a lot of bangers. Check out OTH, you guys. Thank you.
Yo, Free Smoke with you guys, man. I just want to give a shout out to Overtime Hustling magazine, man. Go cop the edition, man. Go cop the edition, the latest cover, man. They put me on a few covers ago. Go get yours right now, man. And shout out Cuzzo, man. We'll see you with the reactions. Love you, dog. Much love. Overtime Hustling. Let's go.
Prince KT here. Make sure you check out OTH magazine, man. They got all the hits in here. They're going to tell you everything you need to know about everybody on the underground, all right? Hey.
Yeah. We're welcome back. As you see, MMA Underground's Fighters to Watch, Buddy V. This is a fun one because I have a couple good picks. So,
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
Scrapyard is the first one we always start with because we got to pay homage to each of our home yards. So, that is going to come in the form of a dynamic D. I liked it because I saw that he was able to weather the storm with this fight. And the fight was not able to go the distance. I'll spoil it a little bit because, as Tom K always says, cardio is key, cardio is key, cardio is key. Dynamic D had a lot more in the gas tank. I felt like he had more skill to show, so I need to see him back out there. Dynamic D, that's the one to watch. Second, StreetBeefs West Coast. I did these fighters to pick before we had the guest, so this is not on purpose. No, but yes, Bison was the one that I chose for the fighters to watch. I was actually impressed. He came out strong. And when I heard that he was from 50-50 MMA, my interest was automatically piqued because every time someone said that, I've been impressed with the fighters that they produce. So I did enjoy this fight, and I think he's a fighter to watch. And thank you, Sketchy, for coming on. This was nothing to you. This just happened to be just one of the things. I swear, that's it. And StreetBeefs from the OG yard. Now this one, Prodigy, was a cool one. It threw me off for a second because I saw the background. It was in the mud, the rain. I was like, all right, back to the nitty gritty. This fight went on for a minute. And it was pretty scrappy. He ended up getting a nice choke out. And I could really feel that when you see the slipping, he's fighting, not just his opponent, but the environment to stay in control and do what he wants. And when someone has to put that much work in, you see the heart. So I want to see more. Those are my three fighters to watch.
Those are some great picks, man. I could feel the fire off of those picks.
Oh, yes, we need some fire. We need some flame.
It might be about that time, bro. Yeah, what's up? What's up? Sam K and the Fire Five. I'm gonna go ahead and start it off and take you all the way to Street Beef's OG yard. And you see it, two legends on the screen. OG Rampage versus Sensation. This was a fire fight right here between two OG legends. First and foremost, I mean, we got the takedown to start it off. We see some good grappling from both fighters. You know, great exchanges. We see some creative striking as always between both men. And at the end, we got a surprising finish. Again, Street Beefs, OG Yard, Rampage versus Sensation, firefight. Yeah, I'm going to take you over to Street Beefs Scrapyard. Papas versus Wild. Yes, this fight was wild. This was a very entertaining fight. Papas is one of the more entertaining fighters that I've seen lately, and these two guys, they did not disappoint, despite the falling mouthpiece. I'll go ahead and say that now. But this was an aggressive and competitive fight. We see relentless kicks. We see repeated heavy punches, and what I really saw in this fight was pressure versus trickiness. Again, very entertaining fight. Street Beef Scrapyard, Papas versus Wild, firefight. Yeah, I'm gonna take you all the way back to Street Beef's West Coast. You see it. This is a classic right here. Diesel versus Battleborn. This is part one. They had a second fight after this rematch that didn't really last too long due to the technicality. But this was the first fight that started it right here, the title fight, or the potential fight, the fight that led to the title fight. Classic, West Coast classic. Right here, we see a lot of power shots from Diesel, a lot of pressure. But we see from Battleborn, we see the smart volume, circling, and working the range. Both men fighting to get within range to land the shots. And we got to see a little bit of that West Coast taunt, you know, the West Coast taunting that we all love to see. And at the end of the day, we got two OGs battling it out, giving us a fire fight. Street Beefs West Coast, Lil Diesel versus Battleborn. Check it out. Yeah, I'm taking you back to Street Beef Scrapyard. This was another banger right here. As you see, Seto versus Snowplow. You see the timestamp. This was not a long fight. These men, they got in the cage and they got busy. And another beautiful match. We saw aggressive from start to finish. We saw the heavy assault early on, and it led to some solid groundwork. The ground and pound was there. And then we saw a shocking right hand that just changed everything. Check this fight out. Seto versus Snowplow. Street Beef Scrapyard. Yeah, and finally, we're going to end it with Street Beef's OG Yard, King Madness versus Cheese. Classic banger right here. This fight was a straight dog fight. Both men not backing down, both men bringing heat, constant power shots every single round. And we got calculated bombs from King Madness. We got Cheese just putting his foot on the gas not letting go. Everything you want to see, man. Everything you want to see. Every round, both men bringing pressure and ultimately just giving us a firefight. Street Beefs, OG Yard, King Madness versus Cheese. Samke in the Fire 5.
Hell yeah! So much fire, I almost had to light my blunt. Dang!
Telling you, man, you might check it. It may be burned all the way. Just saying.
That's why I was coughing. Nah, man, that was fun Tuesday. It's a great day. I don't know, some in the air. I'm excited. Next month is StreetBeefs West Coast 3 anniversary. This Saturday, Scrapyard's 3-year anniversary. I can't wait. I'm fighting in it. I'm just like,
Yes, sir. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling pretty good. The other day I ran 5 miles. Funny enough, I'm gonna go get some weed after this, but I'm running to the store, so it's gonna be round trip about 5.5, 6 miles total. So about 3 there, 3 back. So I was like, all right, get a little break in between. Do a little bit of wind sprints. I got a couple rounds in with Aranya the other night. We did like 6 3-minute rounds. Before I got some rounds in with Nate Wu. We did a couple 2.5-minute rounds. So I feel like as long as I stay composed, I'll be pretty decent in the fight. I feel like my cardio is where it needs to be right now. And my recovery time is doing pretty good. I think that the last minute sparring, I needed a little bit more because I don't know. It's just one of those things you get in your head, and if you haven't sparred in a bit, I was doing the cardio, hitting the back, weights, but I was like, man, I need that body just in case, and being able to see the reaction. I was like, okay, now I see where I've been messing up, what I'm working on. So I feel confident now. And today's the last day. I'm taking these the next 2, and I'm coming back with a win.
You're boxing or MMA?
Boxing for this one, not MMA. Okay. I wish it was MMA. I just haven't had enough time to prepare.
Are you pre-matched or?
I think Fried Chicken said he's got 1 of 2 opponents for me, so I don't know who yet. But I'm like, hey, all right then. So I have my shift is fully covered, no halvesies, no BS. I will be there from the morning up. I will have a fight, so I'm excited, and I might have to rep some MMA Underground during the fight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I'm gonna be on that live stream, man. Rooting, going hard for you, bro.
I'll tell him. Like, if Samke says anything in the comments, yell it out.
For real, man. For real. Yeah, bro.
So
you got it, man. Just stay in good spirits, and it's all you, bro.
Hell yeah, I appreciate that. So that being said, we'll let you guys have a good rest of your Tuesday. We'll start to wrap it up. So you know what time it is. Samke, anything else you want to let the guests know or say?
Yeah, man. It's about that time we wrap up. First and foremost, I want to thank our guests. These guys were great. Sketchy, Mr. Wu, we appreciate you, your time. People, go out there. YouTube, Street Beefs, Sketchy, Street Beefs, Mr. Wu. Check their fights out. This is what we're here for. Support and love. Street Beefs OG Yard, Street Beefs Scrapyard, Street Beefs West Coast, Street Beefs Dirty South. We do this for y'all. We appreciate you guys in the live chat, in the comment section. People watching us on replay, we appreciate you guys. We do this for y'all. Shout out Heart in the Fight. We appreciate y'all. Overtime Hustler Magazine. We appreciate y'all. And yeah, man, I don't really do the social media. If you got me, you got me. If you're trying to catch me, I'm here on this channel, same time every week. And yeah, man, I got to thank the best co-host in the world, Buddy V, the greatest producer, Jay. We do this every week. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it for me.
Heck yeah. Zuel Hyphen World. You know where to get your MMA Underground shirts. I put them for $20. You know what? I'm so nice. I think I'm going to do a promo where I'm going to do the 2-for-1, where you get the Yankee and the Brit and the MMA Underground shirt for one price. I think I'm going to do that tonight. So, you're going to want to check it out. So that way, next Tuesday, I'll even have the promo code if I have to. But check it out. Show a little bit of love. You want to. Yeah. And Zuel _Buddy V for the Instagram. I've been posting some fun stories. I have a new couple things I've been releasing. It's going to be fun. You're going to see a lot more fun stuff getting released this summer. It's already been go. And shout out to all the haters. I actually have a few that have been lurking on all my pages recently. So if you guys keep it up and I hear your name in my name in your mouth, you might catch me at the scrapyard or on the street. So just saying, you guys might see a new beef match with Buddy V. But with that being said, thank you all. Thank you guys for watching. Like Somke said, everyone here now. I'll repeat. Somke kills it as always. I couldn't do it without you. My phone overheated and, I would have been screwed. So thank you. And Jay, you're on point with it. I like it. Thank you. With that being said, in the words of Jay, we'll say one world, one love, deuces.